Hey guys, welcome back to Team 1D. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Omnipod 6, the upcoming insulin pump. And we're pretty much be talking about what's confirmed or rumored from this pump, and also what I'm hoping that they put to upgrade from the Omnipod 5 pump. So it's not officially out yet, but based on like mentions about trials that are being tested that have started, it is pretty that's going to come out between like mid to late 2026. So it's starting to come out. It's going to come out pretty soon. It's expected to have a new algorithm called the evolution algorithm, which is kind of like a closed loop algorithm in a way that it's much smarter than the Omnipod 5 smart adjust system, and it's definitely more aggressive as well, which is one of the good for me, because I think that was one of the major complaints that people, and especially I had, of the Omnipod 5, was that it was definitely not aggressive enough, especially with those highs. Whenever I had high blood sugar, I had to manually bolus myself because I saw that the Omnipod 5 was just not getting enough insulin to actually bring it down when I had high blood sugar. So I'm hoping that this evolution algorithm will be much more aggressive and will be able to bring my blood sugar down at a much faster rate than the Omnipod 5 was. And also, this evolution algorithm, apparently it's going to be able to be hands-free or no bolus insulin delivery, which means that pretty much you would be able to get a pretty decent time in range without even bolusing. So you wouldn't even have to bolus for your meals if you put on the feature of hands-free feature, which means that it would definitely be much more aggressive in lowering your blood sugar. And even if you forget to eat, or you just don't want to put your, even if you forgot to put your bolus in, or if you just don't want to bolus, it would be probably fine. It would be probably able to lower your blood sugar down to your regular levels. What I'm hoping is that I think this is a good feature. I'm just hoping that this doesn't really kill your time in range a lot, and people are still able to achieve a decent time in range even without this hands-free system. Because what we've been seeing so far is that this has been used with, for example, the Beta Bionics pump and other pumps in the market. However, they just haven't been as good as bolusing, and they just had kind of poor time ranges, only 60 or 70%, which is not optimal compared to using actually bolusing yourself. So what I'm hoping is that if they add this, it's actually good, and it'll be aggressive enough and good enough to the point where they can actually give yourself a good time in range and prevent having lots of highs or lows from not bolusing meals. It's also rumored to have low target glucose options, below the current 110 minimum, and a lot more personalization in general. Specifically with the low target glucose options, I think this is a must need for the Omnipod 6, because I think the 110 is kind of outdated. Even the new pumps coming out, like the Twist, have 85, 90. So I'm hoping that the target for this is at least going to be 90 or 85 as well, just because we should be able to put our target to 80 or 85. That's a much more optimal level of having your blood sugar than at 110. Because, for example, if it's going to have it 10 above your optimal level, that's going to be 120, 130. But then if it's 80, it's going to have 100. So even though this will make it more susceptible to lows, I feel like in general it's overall better, because the Omnipod 5's major issue, in my opinion, from my experience, is not lows. It's mostly just the fact that it's not aggressive enough in the highs. So lowering the target option down would provide you with a better time range, in my opinion, and a better average A1C, as well as it would just be more aggressive in bringing you down and bringing your blood sugar down in general. The fact that it has more personalization in general is also pretty good, because more personalization in general just helps with your time in range. It helps with people who just really want to customize your setup, and who are really involved with diabetes like I am. So I feel like having your system more personalized would just help you come closer to a closed loop system, which is an optimal system in my opinion. So I hope they go closer to that type of system, and they make it more personalized and able to adapt better to each person's routines, exercise, sleep, meals. It's everything is able to optimize to specific people better. Apparently, it's also supposed to be able to work with different CGMs on the market, like the Dexcom G7, the Libre 3, and even maybe offer control from both Android and iPhones, because right now it's not really available for specific phones. So hopefully they fix that, and it's able to be available on all phones, and nobody really has to use the PDM instead. And there's no official release date, but hopefully soon they release it by the end of the year or early 2026. If so, then it'll probably release within that year, but it has been confirmed that they've started trials and testings, and so far I think it's going well. And so based on these results, it should be releasing not too soon. What I hope that some improvements, that key improvements that I've mentioned, is that I hope there's better connectivity. I hope it doesn't because sometimes the Omnipod 5, it just randomly starts like disconnecting and it goes beep and it just ends. So I hope they kind of improve the connectivity, make sure those random abrupt endings of the pod don't happen. And in general, I hope there's not random insulin cutoffs, and there's kind of a better connection between the pump and the CGM, the pump, and your phone. As well as I hope there's longer wear or more insulin capacity, just because I think 200 units is not that great. Also, longer wear would be better. 3 days is kind of low. I'm hoping 4 or 5 days would be really nice. I know these are a lot of things to ask, but I'm hoping if they at least were able to do some of these things, I would be happy with the Omnipod 6. Also, having it smaller and lighter. The Omnipod 5 is already pretty sleek, but it's still not it's still pretty bulky if you can compare it to CGM, I guess, of course. So making it thinner or flatter would be awesome, as it would just make it better in general, make it less easy to get snagged. That's noticeable in general as well. And yeah, it's better for overall daily life and exercise and everything. Also, improving the app design and your data kind of a little bit would be better, because I feel like sometimes it's a bit clunky, and yeah, just having a couple improvements would be better for the app in general and the UI of the app. And my thoughts is that I'm super excited for it, especially the hands-free part, especially the new evolution algorithm, and the fact that it's coming sooner than I expected, because I thought it would be still a couple of years, 4 or 5 maybe, until it comes out. So yeah, I'm glad it's coming pretty soon. I'm glad they have a new algorithm. They're changing a lot of things, but I also hope they kind of make it a little bit smaller. I hope they improve the time and range. They make it more aggressive. They have better connectivity, and yeah, I hope they kind of do some key improvements to it. And if they do, I'll be really happy with the Omnipod 5. So yeah, if you have any things you want them to improve on, you should let me know in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe.